Squad, Joe, listen to this pod show. Worldwide, bro, you know how the vibe go. Facts and law, we give it to you real and raw. Facts and law, yeah, we give it to you real and raw. Real and raw, real and raw.
Yo, Facts and Law, we back with another one.
Another one.
Boy, what's going on, man? How you doing, man?
You know what I'm saying? You know, it's Wednesday, we back in this thing.
Man,
so, you
what
know.
we doing? We building this thing brick by brick.
That organic shit.
That's the only way, man.
Yeah.
It's y'all first time checking us out. Shame on you.
Yep.
So do us a favor. Hit the like, hit the share.
Comment
below, man.
You know I like
you
the
know
comments.
What I'm saying? You know he'll be in there with you, rumbling in that joint.
I got time.
You got time today, man. I like the outfit, man.
Appreciate it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Bears hat.
Now, you know what time it is. You know I did want to bring that up.
I hope y'all checked out.
Hey, listen, Hard Knocks. Listen, man, look, this shit gave me chills. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I swear, they played that, y'all caught it? Did y'all see it?
I didn't know Bears on Hard Knocks.
Yeah, man, it's first year.
Yeah.
So, look, right, they come on and, you know, they had a commentating. He's like, you know, Caleb Williams has the chance to be bigger than, you know what I'm saying, Michael Jordan. And they started playing the Bulls intro music and listen. Then they had the announcer saying,
I heard that. I was like, all he need is one. He get one. He
getting a statue.
He gonna be just as big as Mike. I ain't gonna never say somebody
be bigger than Mike.
No, he said just.
I know. I was like,
I ain't gonna never say that, but I think he'll be
Listen,
getting up there for one Super Bowl.
Listen,
that's crazy.
Because football is so important to the city of Chicago.
Yes,
right.
it is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you see, anytime they do a little bit of good, all these Bear fans come popping up out of nowhere, shit on flags on their cars, they turning up in the street. I'm like, where y'all was at when we was down? You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's all good, you know. But he get two. Hey, don't let him get three. Don't let him get three.
We're getting a little too far.
Listen, I'm just saying.
Now.
Not one, not two, not, you know, we ain't going to jinx and stuff like that, Joe. What's up, man? Look, we got something else, though. Yeah, man. We got a great show, man. You know what I'm saying? Starting off to my left, we got the good brother, it's dope. It's on Facts and Law with the good brother Knowledge. What's up, Joe?
That fit, baby. That fit.
What's up, man?
What's good, man? Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all,
Hey,
man. Thanks.
tell the people a little bit about you, man. What you got going on, bro?
Yeah, for sure. So Knowledge Beckham, appreciate y'all letting me join today. South side of Chicago. But man, we got a big comedy festival coming up.
Let's go.
September 16th through the 22nd here in Chicago. 7 days, 10 shows, 7 venues.
Yeah.
Finishing the venue off with my man Lil Rails. Next stand-up special being filmed at the DuSable. We all over the city. We're at the Sophie Hotel on Monday. Tuesday we at Truth Restaurant on 39th Street. Wednesday we at Bartend Doors. Shout out to my man Don Ski. Up north on Wednesday we're at the Laugh Factory. On Thursday we are at Promontory with Just Nisha getting ready to drop her self-serve special, which is super dope. Also on Thursday we are at Riddles with Damon Williams. Shout out to OG Damon Williams. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday at DuSable. So, man, this is the first year. It'll be probably about 50 comics from all over the country. It's it, man. It's great energy around this. My man Rail, we worked together for the past 20 years damn near. And I'm looking forward to it, man. I think the city's going to be buzzing off this one.
Look, man. I know you went through all that. We're going to have to ask you to say that again because we want to jump into some of that. But, like,
don't worry.
7 days.
Yep.
How many shows?
10 shows.
10 shows. Man, you got a clone or something? How you going to be in all these places? You're just working up.
Hey, man, I work, but I got a super dope team.
The right way.
And then I've done over 500 comedy shows just kind of in my lifetime. And Rail is kind of a genius when it comes to this comedy thing. So
you think?
Yeah, right.
Right.
Dig. So we just putting it together, bro. But we know it's a lot of work, but we excited, man, because at the end of the day, it's cool to do the festival. When you do festivals, of course, it's great for the people coming in, enjoying comedy and laughing in Chicago. We need to laugh more. But then also, man, so many funny and talented comics in Chicago. But you really have to create, just like a platform here, you got to create something to get them there.
Yep.
Right? If you just funny kind of in your hometown or in this corner or in this club, it doesn't mean those guys who book movies or book, television shows know about you. And so these types of vehicles, when they get a lot of spotlight, that's when they'll say, hey, you know what? Once a year, we need to go into Chicago to look for our urban talent. and we got a bunch of it. And so this is how you create the next Lil Real,
Yeah, man.
and the next Deion Cole, and the next D-Ray. So
Yeah.
super dope, man. So we're excited about it. So whatever the work is, we here for it.
All right. Now, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get back on some of that, but now to the left of knowledge, we got Miss AJ. What's happening? How you
Hello,
doing?
I'm good. Nice to meet you.
You too,
Thanks
you
for having
too.
me.
Hey,
No
tell the
doubt,
people
no
a little
doubt.
bit about you.
My name AJ. I'm from the west side of Chicago.
Best site? Y'all
No,
heard
it's
it?
not.
You did. Yeah.
Right now, I am a mom of 3. I work, and currently I'm modeling as well. I just started modeling in February of this year.
Oh, yeah?
And
Okay.
I'm trying to build my audience, do my content creator type thing, and hopefully one day have a podcast of my own.
Dope.
So,
What
Let's
type
get
of content creating you doing?
right now I'm just doing my modeling content, but
Okay.
also like I've been on different
Yeah,
shows
yeah.
as far as like YouTube shows and stuff.
Okay.
So I'm just networking out
I don't
here.
know. I saw you on live the other day talking crazy.
Yeah, what you talking about?
Greasy. I don't know.
Is
Tell
he
me,
talking
so when you be
reckless?
going live, that you get a lot of attention going live, don't
Yeah,
you?
definitely.
So tell us about that.
We just talk about different stuff, relationship topics,
Mhm.
all
Okay.
type of friendship topics, anything we name up. It's just be a vibe.
That's what's
just
up.
building my family.
That's what's up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Well, appreciate you coming through to
No problem.
chop it up
Thank
with
you.
facts and law and knowledge in the cut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, always,
Let's get it, man.
always.
So yeah, man. You know, now when you were talking about the comedy festival, right?
Yes,
you
sir.
talked about you named a lot of comedians. A lot of those comedians, some of them, they Facts and Law family, done already been through, like
Yep.
Just Niche. Who else did he
Niche,
name?
okay.
Who else did you name? You named
Damon. I
Damon
named
Williams, yeah, we
Damon
said him,
Williams.
yep.
Well, Don Ski's a promoter, so he does
Mhm.
a Wednesday. Obviously, Lil Real. But the big names of the festival is Lil Real, right? LeVar Walker, who's
Yeah,
he's in Atlanta, but he's from here,
Yeah,
right? He's
yeah.
from the crib. Sherry Shepherd,
Uh-huh.
right, is going to be headlining one of the shows Saturday night. But man, we got, and I'm pausing because we got some people we haven't sent offers
Oh,
to
gotcha,
yet that's going
gotcha.
to play the weekend. But man, it's just a lot of dope comics, right?
That's
I mean,
good.
Just Niche, Sherelle Pierce is hosting the joint on Tuesday. Leon Rogers is hosting
Mhm.
Don Ski's spot on Wednesday. Got guys like T. Ray Sanders from Atlanta. Just a lot of dope, funny people, man. And the dope thing about comedy is that you don't have to have heard from someone. You come check them out and you see they got heat, right? It's a bunch of funny people you've never heard of. And so that's something that we take super pleasure in. Like when you roll through one of the shows, you can be like, yo, this is a funny fucking show. And I didn't know nobody coming in.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know none of the names, but they super funny.
Dope.
And that's the beauty of comedy, man. So
Yeah, we'll definitely be at quite a few. Honestly, you know, I'd like to get us, in there, see what we can do some work
Figure
in
it
there,
out.
man.
Let's figure it
You
out.
know,
Let's
you
figure
know
it
what
out.
I'm
I'm
saying? Get
always
some
about
work
that.
in,
Always
see-
about that.
But yeah, man. So now, Facts, what you got, man?
I
What
just
you
wanted
got?
to know what inspired you to organize this festival.
Yeah, so I kind of talked about, so I first got involved in comedy in like 2006, right? So me and Rail had gotten introduced to one another. I was working on a project. Somebody kind of introduced him to me. We connected immediately. I managed him for like the next 7 years. Like every day we was rocking and rolling. During that time from about 06 to 13, I did like 500 shows. But then I pushed the pause button because at that point, without going super deep into what happened with me and Rail, like he had gotten an opportunity with like in Living Color. They was doing a reboot. Ended up shooting it at Fox. We was out in LA for like a month. He ended up shelving it, right? And that was tough because we both thought like, yo, we gone.
That was it.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. And so when that got shelved, it was kind of like he had met some other folks that he was working with on the actual show, had met a management company that was super tied in, you know, managing Chris Rock, all the heavyweights. And it's like at this point, do I strong arm you to like, because I got you? Or do I be like, bro,
Go get
like
your
go.
money.
You know what I'm saying? We can always circle back. And so when he kind of moved to New York to work on some things, I kind of started working on some other things. But fast forward 10 years later, I'm like, man, I got a lot of connections. I got a lot of expertise in this comedy space. I need to circle back. And I was like, I want to come back with like a single show. You know what I'm saying? I was doing that 15 years ago. That ain't growth. So I'm like, I want to come back with like 3-4 shows, right? I had a relationship with Dusable. Like I want to take over the weekend. And I just happened to be chopping it up with Real, and I was telling him, he's like, bro, I've been looking for something like, that's it. You know, I've been trying to build that bridge. What can I do for Chicago comics? We ended up connecting. We kind of built it out, right? Made it larger, made it bigger, made it more festival-like versus just a few shows. And that's where we at today, bro. So it made sense at the end of the day. So
Love it, man. I love it, man. I know I'll be coming to Plenty, but yeah, man. When I saw it, now I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's nice, and it's a perfect timing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never tried your hand at comedy?
Nah, bro. I'm just business, man.
Business,
I
I
love
feel you.
business, bro. I
Yeah.
love business.
Good deal. So, let's see, man. So now people can get tickets. Where do they go to get the tickets?
Yes, you can hit our website. So what'sfunnycomedyfestival.com. All the information you want out there. You can buy tickets for every show. Every show except the Laugh Factory show in Promontory, because they sell their tickets directly
Gotcha.
through their websites. But every place and every other show, you can grab your tickets on the website.
Any particular show you looking forward to the most?
So the way festivals are put together is usually try to tap into anything that's already existing going. And so one, I'm loving for like Don Skis of the world, who've been putting it down for years. I'm loving the fact that we're able to pull them in, but the true focus of the festival is that weekend in DuSable, right? Lil Rail's taping, that's a big deal, right? Because
So he's doing his taping?
he's doing his next TV special, so
Oh,
you
that's
know,
dope.
it's
Who else working on that?
you said who's working on it?
Yeah, who all like so when he doing his show, I guess is he putting it up himself, or is it a
Yeah, so he's doing it himself. So it's a different business model, right? So, you know, in the past, his past two specials have been with HBO. So
Right.
that's when HBO just come with the bag. Boom, we gonna take care of everything. But you know, obviously, they own
They
it. This,
cut.
that. You know, at the end of the day, this one is like a music artist to go ahead and do their whole
Yeah.
album, then bring it to the record label. Like, what's up?
Yeah.
So he's putting up his own bread, co-directing it, producing it, and then
Yeah.
after,
He got a co-director working on this as well, don't he?
yeah.
What's up? Shout out Sam Nicole.
Yeah,
We saw
Sam,
that,
Sam,
Facts
yeah.
and Law family. You know, I was just trying to
Been on the
you know what I'm
show.
saying,
Yeah,
slide-
pull her in there. Yeah,
slide
yeah.
that
I
in
just
there
met
for
I
the
met
homie,
Sam,
you know what
so
I'm saying, man, that's big. That's a big deal.
yeah,
man.
so it's a great
I
look,
love
man,
it,
for
yeah.
all involved. So that's happening on Sunday, and then the Friday and Saturday shows. There's 2 shows on Friday, 2 shows on Saturday, but each show is different, right? So if you buy a Friday pass, you're getting 2 shows, right? An early show and a late show with different comics. You'll see 12 to 15 comics. That's gonna be crazy funny.
That's dope, man. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it. Looking forward to it, man. That's
Yeah,
a good
man.
time of year for me too.
So,
Yeah, man.
So AJ, when you decided you wanted to get into modeling, like
Modeling is something I always wanted to do. I
Since
just,
you was a
yeah, as
little
a
one?
kid, yeah. But I just feel like I self-sabotage a lot, and I'm like, I overthink things. I'm a Gemini, so I be overthinking in my head. And then I have met this photographer. She did my party for me in 2021. She came out, and then just like one day she texted my phone like, you know what? I'm not gonna charge you a thing. I just need you to get up in this camera, and we gonna create some magic, and we gonna do this. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, let's do it. And we've been doing this since, been rocking since February.
That's what's
I'm
up.
like, yeah. So she'll hit my line like, hey, we need to shoot here, coming up with different ideas, themes, or whatever. I just get the stuff and we go. We just shoot.
so what's your goals?
Congrats.
My goal is to become like, at first I wanted to be a model for like Fashion Nova, just like the little boutiques that everybody go to. So like a brand ambassador basically. And then like eventually like venturing off to like acting. I want to act as well. Like I want to just, you know, dibble and dabble in different things. So, but first I just want to start my modeling first, build that up. Yeah.
I like that. So now let's get into some of the questions and what you got for questions, man? Yeah, let's get into some questions.
Man,
talk,
dude.
talk some stuff on. You know what? I do have one. While you looking?
Okay.
All right. So now, the business side of things. You know, I managed artists for years and
Word,
did
okay.
films and different things like this. What do you think is the toughest part about business? If you had to drop some jewels on people, what do you think is the toughest part that they should know about business?
It's a great question, bro. It's so many difficult things, but as an entrepreneur, I think one of the toughest things is right, like who's around you. You know, like when you start that journey, it becomes a lonely journey. You know, and at the end of the day, even if you're a confident person, usually many of us grow up, we're not second generation, third generation entrepreneurs. And so you really don't know the way. You have a way that you believe to go. And one of the most harmful things is having people around you got a lot of feedback for you, unsolicited feedback.
Yeah, gotcha.
Right? And so it can take the confidence that you have and it can start to poke at it because people are like, well, why would you do? And they really just talking, bro. Like they're just talking. They don't really have any experience. They talking because they got a mouth. Right? But at the end of the day, you can start to curb that vision. Right? And end up not doing what you were set to do, that maybe what God put in you to do. So it can be difficult, man. And because I've kind of entrepreneur my entire life, you always just get a lot of people sharing, right? And so you have to learn to really kind of put the blinders on and say, at the end of the day, man, I got to do it my way. If it hit, if it missed, at least it was on me, right? I didn't get pulled off and go, and go another direction off somebody else's feedback. So I think that can be one of the most challenging things, man. It's funny because Rail had just mentioned something. We were on a call the other day with our team, and he was like, man, one thing about knowledge that's like super dope. He was telling his fiance, he was like, of all the ideas I've ever come up with, even if they was outlandish, bro never made it seem like that shit crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we were talking about, I'm talking about we just chilling like this and nothing that's in play now is in play. And we just talking about where he could go or what he could be or the heights he can get to. I'm like, bro, I believe it. Like, all we got to do is boom, 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 boom. Neither one of us knew, but I never had it. Man, that's crazy. I don't think that's going to do it. Like, I never did that. And so many people do it. And so that negative energy, right? And people projecting, saying what they can't do onto you.
Yeah, putting their fears off onto you.
That's
you know
it.
What I mean?
That's
something that I think is definitely a sickness that I see people do all the time.
Yeah.
They project their fears on the other people. You know what I'm saying? And
Facts.
they're just because you're afraid and you don't understand how something could potentially work.
That's right.
You can't push that energy off on somebody else because now you, like you said, poking holes, trying to poke holes in nature.
Yeah.
But, however, I will say, ladies, don't be listening to old girl we was talking about earlier, talking about trying to live our dreams, and that's not poking holes. If you got a family, that comes first. And y'all work those dreams into it. Because if you don't, you ruining possibilities of showing, like, your kids see all that. So if they seeing y'all, kind of give up on stuff, not really, push through, that could be detrimental. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So trying,
think it's okay to give up on
it's
your
quit.
goals.
You know what I'm saying? It's quit. And I'm fortunate, man.
I did have another question though. As far as the festival, how do you feel like the city is supporting it?
That's a good question, bro. It's yet to see, right? Because we 6 weeks out, and the reality is, year one, like a lot of people, like, who you got? Year one, you can't go crazy. You can go bankrupt. Like, it'd be nice to bring in all the big names, but big names ain't free. Right. And so you can go crazy, and we don't even have those types of venues, right? Like, we got to do Sabo's 450 seats, right? So you can only bring in so many people of big name status. And so a lot of this is going to be off of support, right? So I think the city's going to support, because Chicago's like a comedy town. They love comedy, and it's really... outside of going to check out shows maybe at the Erie Crown, it's just not here the way it was 15 years ago when I was really jamming and doing shows. And so I think they're going to come out, right? Rail is super loved by the city. And so I think that works. On the comedy side, it's a little different, right?
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's it's probably the same thing with artists, man. It's tough, bro, like when everybody at a certain level and then somebody goes.
Yeah.
Because you just feel like you put so much pressure on what that guy should be doing. Like, he can't really pull the whole city alone. You know what I'm saying? You still have to, you got to work. It's Hollywood. Like, you don't own Hollywood yet, but you have people here and they just simmer. So every special, every show, they just simmering and simmering. And so it's created, I didn't know this, right? Because I've been going out the comedy space. But as we announced and came back in, it was just a lot of little rumblings about, man, I ain't got no call yet. They ain't tapped in with me for the festival. And it's like, bro, it's a festival. This shit big, right? You talking about venues? You talking about this?
So you talking about certain comedians?
Comedians just instead of I thought it was gonna be more like, this is super dope. You know what I'm saying? We done seen bro doing hip hop concerts. He been real estate. He been doing everything. He coming back to tap in with us. It's great, right? He being our Russell. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm Russell now, but Russell Simmons. Like, that Def Jam, like, I know about now, but I'm creating that vehicle, right? Like, man, he back creating that vehicle, Rail back, own it with him. Like, this is going to be dope for us. It ain't necessarily been that, you know what I'm saying? And so, that's interesting.
I feel like it's just getting out there, though, too.
I agree.
Y'all media
I agree.
Shout out the brothers, our good brothers over at Corner Convo.
That's it, the family there,
Yeah, man. And y'all making y'all rounds now what do you think would be able to, what's something that you got planned that would help push it out there even more, you think? Anything that you want to do that you think would help push it out there more?
It's coming. It's organic, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
organic. At the end of the day, we just started with light work. There's so much. We did it in a condensed time frame because again, just straight out that I wasn't looking to do 7 days, 10 venues, but it started growing and more people started reaching out. I'm like, I want more comics to be seen.
Yeah.
Right. If we keep it small, it's still only gonna be so many comics seen. So like, I want to get a love everywhere. But as we move up to it, like we were supposed to do NBC yesterday, we ended up rescheduling. Like, yo, let's first of all, with most shows or whatever, people, man, 50% of your tickets get sold within 7 days of the show.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's great to do buzz stuff right now, but people ain't necessarily gonna pull the trigger, right? You got a lot of things. You got going back to school. You got a lot of things that's tapping into your pockets before you spend that bread. When something's 6 weeks out, unless it's Beyonce, and I ain't gonna be able to get that ticket, so I gotta get it, right? Otherwise, you're gonna hold tight. And so we're gonna kind of line the next big push as we get closer. Week and a half out radio and just kill it. And then at that point, we're gonna have 50 comics announced, and they gonna be pushing it. And so I think that last 2 weeks is gonna be electric.
Now let me ask you this. Now I know you were saying some different things about like Chicago and some of the comics.
Yeah.
Comics. It's a whole different thing back like behind the curtain, I would say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, indeed.
Now, is it any issues? Do you think like certain comics want to do it, can't do it because of affiliations and people be hating on each other? You know what I'm saying? You ever see that kind of deal?
I mean, just like anything, man, there's relationships and there's relationship issues, right? At the end of the day. And just to be clear, man, like I got love for comics and they got love for me at the end of the day. It's just, it was one that you asked me, why did I kind of do the festival, which is kind of, whenever I see opportunity, not just for me, but like if I see you do this in the pot, just like you said, let's tap in, right? Like, 'cause it's easy. Like, tap in. I'm doing a festival. Y'all do what y'all do. Let's just tap in. So that's how I work. And so I just thought that it was going to be more appreciation initially from comics versus other stuff. But I get it, right? At the end of the day, like, did I get my call? Like, I need to be on. Like, you want to make sure that you got your seat at the table at the end of the day. And so, I mean, there's little comic things. Actually, one of the panels that we're going to do at the festival, so it's not just shows, but we're actually doing panels where comics can come to learn, get educated, hear about different topics. But we're doing like, is beef good for comedy? Has it always existed and that sort of thing? So, and it has, right? Steve Harvey, Bernie Mac. Like, there's just.
Is it beef and comedy?
You said,
No.
Is it good
for comedy?
I don't think so.
I personally think it is.
You think it is?
It's
just for the
I feel
attention.
I mean,
definitely creates attention.
Yeah, because think about it. Without that Cat Williams interview,
Absolutely.
right,
Absolutely.
that catapulted
Absolutely.
a lot of comics
Absolutely.
into a mainstream conversation.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It went viral.
it
You
went
know what I'm saying?
viral.
And everybody name that was mentioned in it. Now we checking for them. We seeing
right.
what they
That's
got
right.
going. Going
That's
back
right.
looking at old shit.
Yep.
He
Now
did, he did mention the comedian you just talked about from Chicago. God damn.
Dion, Corey,
No, your man.
Real?
Rail. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Damn, how the hell I'm gonna forget his name? Cat mentioned Real.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? That's,
yeah.
I don't know what his beef is with Real, but
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's something that I thought about. Like, but what that does is it just really poured gasoline on the comedy fire.
Yeah.
So now, right after that, every show that was mentioned, people
Right.
want to see if
That's
you gonna
it.
respond,
That's
what
it.
you gonna
Yeah.
say. You know what I'm saying?
Kendrick
People
and
selling
Drake.
out, so on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
sort of deal. So
Yeah.
it creates some buzz around comedy, which I think was dope. You know what I'm saying? Even if, I feel like most people feelings weren't hurt. Now somebody might want to slap them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know
don't
what I'm
think so?
saying? I mean, look,
Feelings?
Your feelings hurt, that's different. If you angry, that's different. But your feelings hurt, that means
I don't
y'all.
know.
Like, it would have to be somebody that was my homie to goddamn hurt my feelings.
Right.
I
You
get
know
it.
what I'm saying?
Okay,
Like,
okay, I
damn,
get
Joe,
it.
it's like that.
I
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Versus, for real, nigga?
Yeah.
I see you. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, Joe. So,
Yeah.
So, yeah, but yeah, that's good. I thought it worked. I thought it worked.
Yeah.
It did what it was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, a viral moment right before the tickets go on sale.
That's
might
it.
help.
That's it. That's it.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta, do it right, man. So, Here at Facts of Law, you know, we don't really do interviews per se. We like to have good adult conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
We
So,
used to.
Yeah, you know. So, what you think, man? See you
Um,
scrolling.
no, cause you know, no, I don't know. I want you to answer this.
Oh Lord.
So there's a new study that shows that men are now 6 times more likely to want a polygamous marriage rather than a tradition. What's your thoughts on that?
That's crazy. I mean, to each his own. It's crazy. Somebody asked me just on Laugh how I feel about polygamy, but
How you feel about it?
yeah, it's not for me. I mean, if it works for you, it works for you. But it's not gonna work for me.
Why? Is you selfish?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I can't see myself sharing my man with somebody else.
I
And
think that's a high number too.
it is a high number.
Six.
That's a high
6
number.
times more.
Well, here's my thing. That's not necessarily something that's like new, right? You know what I mean? That's a Western culture thing to
Yeah.
why it's not multiples anyway. You know what I'm saying? Western culture has made that a thing. If you go to what Middle East,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
go to Africa, you go
Yeah.
to some of these other, you know, melanin dominated countries, it's much more common.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the reason being for that, I think, is because just coming up, there are already more women than there are men,
Yeah.
right? The way that you have a wife is who you can take care of. If you're a prosperous man, you can take care of more.
Multiple.
So now, in that village or that town, they would want you to take care of their daughter because shit, this motherfucker with the money, he
Right.
can, he can
Right.
support her. He
Yeah.
can, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's something that has come from nature. Like, I'm gonna keep it real. I knew somebody that had multiple wives, and he was a doctor. You know what I'm saying? And one wife lived in one town in her house, and one lived in the other.
In the
But-
States?
Yeah.
I thought that was
It's
illegal.
illegal.
Listen,
I
listen.
thought.
Hey, look, they were Muslim faith. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't nothing taboo.
Unless they came over, like was it? Did
Huh?
they live in another country and then they came over?
I know them from here. He's a doctor here in the United States.
Okay.
So, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like it's Western culture that makes that taboo. But now when you see the internet, you have an opportunity to see a lot of people different alternative lifestyles and how people are living. And some people don't care. I mean, let's keep it real. Most women sharing men anyway. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
You might as well. Shit. Y'all put that money together or something to get that house, the bigger house and the multiple cars and raise them kids together. You ain't gotta have
I
nobody.
still feel like it's gonna be some type of jealousy involved though.
You think so?
It's women nature, like it's just.
Damn.
And that's why a man comes to, you know, straighten that out.
How we gonna straighten it out?
Let me ask you this. All right, so right, since we're gonna go there, with girls, right? Have you ever kissed a girl?
Yes.
Right. So we can hang out, we can kiss girls, but now if I say, you know what, y'all was kissing, you love me, why don't we all just, you know what I'm saying, start a family? That's a problem.
Yeah.
Why? Because you gonna kiss them on your time, but you can't
Exactly.
build a family with them.
No.
Then what we playing with? Why not? Y'all sisters forever, BFFs and all that, and babysitting each other's kids and all that. You might as well. It takes a village.
Oh,
That's what
no,
they say.
no,
You know what I'm
no.
saying? Hey, I'm just saying. That's how it happens. I'm just saying. I don't want to, you know. I'm just throwing it out.
How can you divide your time equally between the two though?
You don't get to divide your time equally
So
now.
y'all just gonna all be together all at
Yeah,
once?
I mean,
That's what it's
I've
supposed to
seen
be.
it. I mean, that's really what it is. It's literally like I've seen it. Like I've seen it, and I understand how it could potentially work.
So you can love two women the same, like equally.
I think men possibly can.
Really?
I think men possibly. I've seen it. That's what I'm saying. Like because it's different, you know.
Right.
So one thing they say about when a woman cheats, right? When a woman cheats on her man, a lot of times she don't like her current man anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's an emotional reason. Y'all have a harder time doing that, whereas a man don't really care about what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not about that for him.
Yeah.
But when a man shows you that he loves you, he's here to take care of you. You are his responsibility. He want to make sure you good. Everything that he do is for you. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's something that could potentially happen. So I always wonder when they say six. What is it? 6
6 times.
six times more likely. I could believe it. What you think, bro? You stand out that one?
I mean, these are just thoughts, not my thoughts. These are
Right, that's what I
these are
said.
just thoughts that I'm putting together. I think just depends on the people, right? Just like most things, it depends on the people involved, right? At the end of the day, she says she's selfish. There's women who are not selfish, right? And then what does that woman value? Some women may value this, but some women may value, you know what? I grew up in a certain household. I done had no stability. You can provide stability. I appreciate that, and I dig you, and I'm into you, and I'm not completely like, no. And sometimes that
Sometimes
even
they
they don't even get down,
yeah,
right? So
yeah.
it's a lot of
Yeah.
framework to it, and so I feel like with most things, right? Like as a man, you if that's what you're truly on, you can go find that, and you can find women that are good with that sort of setup and structure. And you can find a man that, at the end of the day, understands the structure, understands the dynamic. I have two women, one may get a little, and they work that out. But I think it's like most things, they have to be thinking about the success of that relationship versus just moving any which way. Like I gotta keep top of mind that what I'm doing in this particular place, right? We ain't in another country. Like in this particular place, she's gonna have pressure on her because when she looks to the left and right, they ain't doing what we doing, right? So at the end of the day, I got to keep that top of mind. And then I know, you know what, she's cool, but she's a little selfish too. So I need to make sure, just like anything, man, you just have to when you set it up for success and you structure for success, I think you can find success.
Hey, that's,
like
a,
that.
that's a clip.
Ah, shit.
So, well, let me ask you this then, y'all.
Just thoughts though, not mine.
Right, that's what I'm
Not
saying.
mine, just
That's
you
what I'm
know.
saying. I'm just speaking on how I can see it. I've seen
Exactly,
it.
that's
When
it,
I found-
that's it.
So look, when I saw it, I was like, wait a minute, because my boy was telling me, he was like, yeah, his uncle, that's his wife, and then he got a house down here, and that's his other wife lived there. And I was like, oh, hey, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I get it. You know, and but like I said, they are Muslim faith. They are. I think Indian. I think they're just Indian. And yeah, man, you know, I get it.
Yeah.
Now, why do y'all think, does that work with multiple men and one woman and one wife?
No.
Does that work?
No.
Wait,
No.
say it again.
Multiple men and
Multiple
one wife.
husbands and one wife.
No.
Does that work that way? Why you don't think it worked?
No.
Too much.
I'm saying, why you
I just don't see no man agreeing to.
That's gay.
Right? You know how y'all know how I feel. I'm sure we've had this conversation before.
They ain't gay with two women, but it's gay with two men.
That's something else.
Hypocrisy.
Yeah, buddy. I mean, that's a good one, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Unless they both go that way.
I'm about to say, I can usually figure it out. I can't figure that one out. I can't figure that out.
that's just wrong. Not only that, that's wrong. It just doesn't work in nature that way anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I saw it was a girl, she be bragging online, she got multiple husbands or something. Them niggas some simps. Like, it makes no
Yeah,
sense.
I think
to
I
me. You know what I mean?
understand something like
Worn
that.
out.
Not only that, it just don't work that way, like biologically. You dig what I'm saying? If it's three men and three husbands and one wife, and she get pregnant, nobody knows paternity. You dig what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's not how it works. If it's three women and one man, and
Yeah.
they all get pregnant, we all know paternity. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's how that works.
But if she's able to structure it that way, like I'm all for, like, if you're able to make it do what you need it to do. So if she find, again, you gonna probably have to search and find two guys, but you could probably find, I ain't gonna call them clowns, you probably find two guys that you can set that up. Maybe if you're a super baddie, you know, and you're doing things, you might be able to set that up with some cats that just, that's their thing. Right? Just like it's certain men's thing that you mess with a lady who just super bad, may not treat you great, whatever, but you into that, right? You into that look, or whatever the case may be. She might find two cats that's in that look and just, man, just to be in her space.
What is it?
Simp.
Simp.
Sim Rogers.
So if she's able to pull it off, then, you know, go make it do what it do.
How long you been a father?
22.
22? How long you been a father?
29.
29? So let me ask you, I've been a father 3 years.
Wow.
So let me ask y'all this. Did you grow up with your father?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can answer this too. How important is fatherhood?
The most important. I think it's probably the most important job we have. Literally. Like, for me, it's the most important job you can have as a man is being a father, because you are not only you're here to train, protect the next generation, especially your own seed. You dig what I'm saying? If you don't take being a father serious, you can't even shake my hand. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. We don't have nothing in common.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't got like I'm not on what you on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like real talk. If you have seeds out there and you don't take care of them, don't come speak to me what's up, law and all that. Go take care of them shorties. That's what I get.
That's
you know
real.
what I'm saying? Like real talk. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm echoing that same time, man. Like, you know, I told you I had a kid at 19. That was 29 years ago. Like, I grew up with my old man too, right? My mom, my old man. And so, again, even as a boy, appreciated, you know, my father was tough, but I still appreciated it. And as I got older, my father passed when I was 24. So that was some years ago. But I still look at how I move today. It's damn near all off him, right at the end of the day. And so as I was even growing as a young father, you just realize how important that figure is.
Yep.
And especially when it comes to a girl, right at the end of the day. And you want them to lean on you. You know what I'm saying? Like my daughter, even today, you know, I get a Cash App request probably while we watching it. Like, it's just always going to be that way. And
It never stops.
It never stops.
It never stops.
But it's important that she knows, if all else fail, dude got me. As long as he on this earth, he got me. And for anybody to know that they have that, but especially a girl with the dad, I think that's just super ill. So.
And you, how was it growing up with your father, and how important was it?
Well, my father died when I was turned 15. Actually, died 2 days after my birthday. I feel like my dad was present, but it wasn't a connection. So it was kind of tough because growing up with my father, I've seen some things like y'all was saying with the two-parent household. It was domestic violence, so it was a lot. You know, I just wish back I could have that relationship with my father. Like I said, he was present, he was provider, but it wasn't a connection. Now. Like we wasn't connected. It wasn't like I can come, hey Dad, let me tell you about, you know. It was that rough. It was that tough. It was that. It wasn't, you know, what probably your daughter getting or the affection and all that. It wasn't like that. So, you know, I can't really speak too much on that.
Get it?
You know, everybody's situation different, and I just think one thing that I did also understand as a child, the things that you see aren't the same as what you understand as an adult. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was a whole lot easier the older I got and the more, you know, as I became a man, being able to understand some of the things that I saw when I was a kid. I'm like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or you just come to understand things. You know, you think like, and then especially as a child, a lot of times you only know sometimes what you see or one side or what's, you know what I mean? You don't really get a full spectrum. You don't even understand what can potentially possibly be going on in that circumstance.
Yeah.
Right.
So as you get older, you're like, damn, that makes more sense now. You know what I'm saying? Just looking back at things, looking back at how you see how certain situations were handled, or you look at some of the tough times and what you remember somebody doing during the tough times. You like, damn.
Yeah.
Anything for the family. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that, like you said, I'm patterned after what I saw.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? So for me, no matter what, mine gonna be alright. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of those things, bro. I feel like more children. I'm not gonna say more children need to see it, because I know it's a lot of children that do see it. I feel like more people need to actually express it. Because real talk, I see a lot of black fathers throughout my day doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? I had to say something to the homie on the chat the other day. She was, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna say who it was, you know what I'm saying, but she was just kind of bashing black men. And I hit her, I say, hey, so you know, you raising a little boy. You know what I'm saying? You have to make sure you show him the love that he needs to understand that you don't see him as those stereotypes that you're talking about. You dig what I'm saying? Because if not, you only breaking him down before he even gets started. And that's one of those things. You gotta be careful with that. It can be very detrimental, especially when you know you got good. Like it's crazy to me. I'll see people that will be like, I say it all the time, oh, I don't feel protected. You see black women sometimes saying, oh, I don't feel protected. Then I'll be like, you got any brothers? Yeah. If somebody did something to you, can you call your brother? Hell yeah. What about your uncle? Yeah. What about your cousin? Stop going around saying this.
Right.
Sing the praises to the ones that you know you get, not the imaginary ones you don't.
What
You know
do
what I'm
you think
saying?
they mean when they say that though? Why do you think they say that?
I feel like it's a rallying cry for them not having an explanation of what they really want to say or what they really mean. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times they'll sit there and contradict themselves. You sit here and say, oh, yeah, my brother's this, and then my best friend this, and this, and this. And then you'll sit here and say, black man, I don't feel protected. And I ask them, so you got a time where, you know what I'm saying, you felt unprotected? Oh, I can't think of one. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's speak to the positives of what we got around us as opposed to these imaginary negatives, because we've heard, like you hear a lot of times, I go back to the two-parent household.
Yeah.
Not all two-parent households be good. Well, how many have you seen that were terrible? Well, I ain't grow up with my father, so I don't know, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, so why are you speaking on the negative?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I wish I grew up in a two-parent household.
You know, but
I'll be like, man, wishing like I had did that. That's why I'm trying to be there every single day.
that's what I'm saying. But that
my
also
son.
in turn guarantees your son that he will.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that motivates you to guarantee your son that he will, and then others, and then your stepchildren. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're stepping in for them
Yeah.
because that's something that they need.
Yeah.
You know,
For
so.
sure, man. I tell you that's probably one of the toughest job. I don't even want to say job.
Yeah,
but-
right.
I mean, it's
But man, I mean, that's 24/24. So it's tough being a stepdad because
How many stepkids?
2,
2. Okay. 2 and then yours.
yes,
Got you.
and then they're so the oldest is 21.
Okay.
You just said 24.
The car
He's 23. He'll be 23.
22. Yeah.
Yeah,
22. Goddamn.
Yeah.
And Mariah is 16.
Okay.
So, I mean, you know, you deal with certain situations like daddy issues,
Yep.
especially with the young lady.
Yep.
The Kari, I think he.
I don't think you should say names.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but my stepson, I think he gave me like an issue one time.
Yeah.
Once, and that's when my wife had posted me for Father's Day, but she posted me in a way where it was like with them as well,
Yeah.
with the kids, and he basically came in there like, I wish you would have talked to me before you posted that, talking to my wife. So I had to say, man, I was like, who is you? Like, what do you mean? Like, I was like, man, I didn't think we had an issue. I thought we was $100,000, but it wasn't
about you.
It wasn't about me. But that was at the time
Yeah.
where I don't, I'm learning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm learning as I go. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So, I took it like it was about me,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't.
wasn't.
It was about that situation, the relationship they got with their pops, and it was cool. It was cool, but my stepdaughter, that's a rough one right there.
Different
yo.
situation. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a totally different, 2 different situations where it got to the point where I felt like I was kissing her ass to, you know what I'm saying, to build a relationship.
Yeah.
And I think when I stopped caring about like, look, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm doing this, and the third. Listen, you can do say
One thing I'll say to just to kind of with a teenager,
yeah.
it wouldn't have mattered if you were
True that.
You know what I'm saying?
See, and
It's
I don't know
that's
that.
what I'm
Though.
saying.
You
It's
know
not.
what I'm saying?
It ain't about like
Yeah.
they just gonna be, for lack of a better term, dumbass teenagers anyway.
Yeah.
At some point, it's gonna be.
And I learned that.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying.
learned
So it's
that.
like whatever, you'll get over it.
Yeah.
I don't care about your attitude and all that.
Yeah.
You'll get over it, and you just have to keep doing. You know what I'm saying? Keep moving. 'Cause
But-
That's real.
I'm telling you, but it's easier said than done, man. Because when you a stepdad, bro, you trying to you hoping that the
Right,
kids like
right,
you, bro.
Right.
Like for real, like it gets to that point. I'm at that point now where it's like
You be
whatever,
like,
dog.
yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm finna go upstairs.
You like me Tuesday.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like, whatever.
But at first, bro, it was like, bro, you know.
I just got a lot more experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm new. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was new.
It
I
didn't-
stepped
for-
into a ready-made
Right.
family.
Right. So for me, it whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
man,
saying?
You,
Like,
you built your thing from the ground
but
up.
not only that, but like you still would have those same. Oh, you want them to like you, but
Right.
you also
Yeah.
understand after a while, like they'd be alright.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
It took a while.
FTK. Y'all know what it stands for.
Kids.
Fucking kids.
It
and
took a while,
and that
man.
attitude. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
So did you have a stepdad or anything?
Yes,
or
I have a stepdad.
was your relationship pretty good?
Yeah, we cool.
Cool.
Yeah, we cool.
Okay. So.
I ain't hard to get along with. I'm easy.
Yeah.
I'm more laid back. I'm chill.
So
Now my siblings another story.
how many siblings you got?
I got 3 sisters and 1 brother, so it's 5 of us total.
Okay, that's what's up.
Okay.
That's what's up. That's what. Where are you in the birth order?
I'm 4th.
Okay, so you almost like middle.
The baby.
Like, who the youngest? A sister
My
or
little sister.
a little sister?
My brother, the middle child, he the 3rd.
Okay.
So 2 oldest, my brother, then 2 more girls after.
And then going back to the like single parent, 2 parent. So I grew up with just my mom.
Mhm.
So I'm learning everything as I go.
Mhm.
Learning how to be a father, learning how to love a woman
Mm-hmm.
because didn't see it in the household. My mom didn't bring no man.
Mhm.
She was doing stuff. She was doing that stuff outside the crib.
Mhm.
Right.
My mama ain't never
Yeah.
bring another man in the crib. Like
Right.
we didn't know anything about
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, being a man. She taught it was 4 boys
Mm.
and just her.
Damn.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My 2 cousins, she adopted 2 of my
All right.
cousins.
Okay. Okay.
And me and my little brother.
Mhm.
And
you the
so-
oldest?
Well, yeah, well, me and my cousin the same age. We was born the same year. He just a couple months older than me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, that was my mama crib, so I felt like I was the oldest. I felt like I was the man.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So, yeah, I see in my relationships growing up, shit, I was horrible, Joe. Like bad, like not knowing how to treat a woman right. Shit just went down the hill. Like I don't know what happened with me and my wife. I don't know. I just turned the switch and things just got better, I guess, with me, with myself.
That's good, bro.
Yeah.
And so to me, that's a testament of the fact is what we saying is like those are some of the things that you felt like you probably lacked because of coming up in the city. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when shout out to Holly, you know what I'm saying, when she mentioned a few weeks ago, I don't know exactly when it was, but when she mentioned on that episode that she wouldn't necessarily date a man that didn't come from a 2-parent household, that's
why I was like the only one that didn't condemn her on what she was saying, because I'm like, okay, I understand what she's talking about, but that don't mean everybody. You can't just throw everybody in a melting pot. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't come from that, but growing up, in my 20s.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When you would have called her though, you would have been the wrong one. You feel me? That's what I'm saying.
If she would have called me in my 30s, mid 30s,
right?
I would have. I'm
In
like,
better shape.
yo, I'm better. Yeah, that 2-parent household don't mean a damn thing. You know what I'm saying?
How you feel about that?
2-parent household?
Does that matter when you date somebody?
No.
No? Okay.
Good.
Because I feel like you your own individual.
Good.
You, what your parents did necessarily don't mean you have to do, or whatever you come from. You make your own decisions.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? You kind of mentioned you felt that way anyway, right?
So now I'm on the other side. So yeah, it matter. It mattered to me. Not that I have it has to be this way, but I'm aware of it. Like that's a question I ask.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you grew up with your parents?
Yeah.
No, I grew up, and so I haven't made a judgment yet. But then
It's back
oftentimes
there.
you just start to see too. You just start to see like, damn, she talk wild. Like really, that really don't go really.
Why would you say that? to
Yeah,
me?
that
Like really,
you really wouldn't rock with that with like a father in the crib that's
Yeah,
present.
like,
Like
that's
you
not
just
how
he
you-
wouldn't
that's not how you
he wouldn't
operate.
really let you really operate. Like
Yeah.
you had to go in your room, close your door, do that. You know, like
Yeah.
you just couldn't do that. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see that, and you start to see other things, right? That it don't mean it's bad. It's just now the fact that I grew up in a 2-parent household, it just be a little foreign to me, and I'm like, I don't know if we can make a, you know, and I look at it like, yo, can we make a 30-year run? You know what I'm saying? If I'm doing the commitment, it's not for 4-5 years.
Hell
Like,
no.
can we make a 30-year run? And so
We make a life.
a lot of times I met people, they be like, man, you know, like I make quick decisions. Because I trust my decision making, but I'm also taking in data, right? Like in conversation, I'm just listening, like what we talking about. If we really not talking, you know, if we talking about something that's super surface level, I'm like, that's not going to work, right? Because I go anywhere with conversation. I talk about religion, this, they're like, that's just me, knowledge, right? I'm just,
Is that your real name or that's just your business? I get it.
It's not my real name,
No, I
but
get it.
I've been really running with that probably 25 years, 26 years.
That's what.
So
I've been outlaw for a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
It feel
so-
weird,
Yeah.
like when you was coming in. I'm saying T.
I was like, man, this nigga. I was like, that's what we doing.
Yeah,
Cringe. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of cringed a little bit.
Look, Danny did it on camera right now. Like, damn, that's what we on.
That's weird.
Kind of cringy, like. Oh.
Yeah, so it's one of them things, man, that I understand it. Like that's a question. That's a question I'm always interested in, and it's helpful sometimes, even if you're not trying to be like, oh no, that don't work. It's just helpful to understand maybe the growth that somebody might need to make, and
It's a mental note.
you know, it's just what it is.
So, like, if somebody come, you want to date my daughter?
Yeah.
We gonna. This is one of some of the first questions
Yeah.
I asked. So,
Yeah.
Wait,
So
which one? What's
who raised you?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, what was that shit like growing up? You know?
Right.
Because here's my thing. As we did mention, it ain't always peaches and cream in the 2-parent household.
Right.
So yeah, you grew up with your mother and your father. How was that?
No, you
What-
know you did
what-
that to me, right?
Yeah. I mean, I was just saying. I want to know.
Yeah.
You married?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So my wife went to high school with him. Like they
Okay.
real good friends, and so the first time I met him, he grilled me. I'm like, what the fuck?
Right.
I'm just wondering, bro. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
So what he saying he gonna do?
It's
Like,
real.
I'm
believe
just
me.
like, I want to know, like, cause real talk, you know. Yeah, my daddy was shit though. He used to beat my mama ass. I'm gonna be like, whoa, hold on, so you might wanna,
Yeah.
he gonna get mad and revert back to what the fuck he saw.
Right.
That's
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
so
believe
it's
that.
like,
I
that's
believe
one-
that.
That's
I
one of
believe
them
that.
things. You know,
Yeah.
nigga, I'm gonna ask all that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm gonna ask all that. Was he there? How was your relationship with him? Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It, you know, like, what's up? Like, what was it like? Because a lot of times when it's different cousins and uncles and people taking care of you, this, that, and the other, it come with trauma sometimes.
Absolutely.
When you if somebody want to date, like I would love for my son to find a girl who had an overprotective father that was on her ass. You dig what I'm saying? You know why? Because she's gonna carry herself with a certain decorum.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's gonna act a certain way. Versus a woman that mama didn't give a fuck what she was doing because mama was at work all the time, so she out in the street.
Yeah.
Goddamn it, running niggas in and out the crib and shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit matters. And this when they be like, oh, everybody, it ain't like that. Look, I don't care what it matters to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I see different things. It's this cat in Atlanta. What's his name? Atlanta Street Interview.
EPMD, Scarface,
Okay.
AZ. We bring them in and pair them with a live band.
That's
Right,
dope.
so kind of made it, you know, celebrating it, but made it grown. Really, like well appreciated by folks of
Yeah,
age. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Still being able to go out and enjoy that music. And actually, before COVID, we had did a deal with Kid Capri to kind of take it to the next. You know, we'd done our like proof of concept, 6-7 shows, take it to the next level. So I think I'm gonna reheat that coming the next year. We got something called the Classic Hip Hop Lives mixtape. And I think that was for bigger venues. The other venues are like Promontory, Park West. But I think we're ready to move into like the 4,000 seaters or whatever. So I got a concept for that. So I just dibbling, dabbling in those things that I appreciate that don't feel like work. So when you ask me about the festival, it's a lot of work. But it's cool though. It's dope. It's fun.
Right kind of work.
You know what I'm saying? And so usually when it's that, I can do whatever. Like I can go super hard pause on that.
No
Right.
Diddy.
So yeah.
Right. You know,
Yeah.
So with that being said, Joe, you say you got a great team. Are y'all looking for any positions for people that might be watching that want to get involved help you out. You know what I'm saying? Like shit. You know, people want to get their foot in the door.
Yeah, no doubt. So you can hit our website, what'sfunnycomedyfestival.com. There's a section on there for volunteers. So if you are interested in volunteering, which we will need for the festival, go
What
ahead.
type of what type of things you think the volunteers?
So they go in, they fill it out. You know, we just want to know what do you do? What have you done? Have you volunteered at the festival before? Why do you want to volunteer? And so with these types of events, there's so many things to do, right? And so I want to see what you want to do, right? Because there's probably a space, right? Like I think I just read one early on the way over here. Somebody's like, hey, I've worked at a festival before. Like I enjoy kind of, you know, greeting people as they come in and taking tickets. We need that, right, at the end of the day. And so if that's something that you enjoy doing, and a lot of times people like to be around and just learn. And for me, because I'm an entrepreneur, I usually, people that working with me on this project, we worked together on other projects and things before. So you kind of become part of the team. And I'm big into like, you know, like long term for me, like I want to build, like in this particular space, I want to build a Baby Live Nation, right? So the way I see it, I want 200 people employed, right? And we do 120 shows a year all across the country, etc., with our different imprints, right? Whether it's the comedy stuff, whether it's the classic hip hop live stuff. I got another brand called Jokes, Beats, and Culture. I did the DuSable, which is kind of modeled after like think of a talk show, think of Arsenio. Right, host, house band, comedian. So shout out to my man Cosign. You know Cosign?
I think so.
Yeah, Cosign, 9-time Grammy nominated producer. I think Cosign's out of Maywood. He lives in LA, but you know, Anaconda by Rihanna, John Legend. Crazy stats. But he was my host. He was trying to move into a different lane from behind the production to in front of the camera. So he did a great job hosting. We had 90s R&B group Changing Faces. They was a music act. We had my man comedian Esau McGraw from LA. So yeah, we had so that's something that we're gonna do as well. So these are all kind of brands under the entertainment umbrella that we plan to just continue to execute on.
That's dope.
So yeah.
I love it. You know.
How close are you involved into picking the comedians? Are it solely you, or is it a team effort?
Yeah, so it's definitely a team effort. For this particular festival, we had I don't know, we might have had it open for 3 weeks in terms of comedians being able to submit. We probably had a little bit under 100 submissions from 33 different cities, right? So one, it's a lot to go through. So we had kind of a little rating system. So obviously I went through comedians, Lil Rel went through comedians, and then our team went through them, and we just kind of had a rating system, 1 to 5, that sort of thing. And so that's kind of the way we moved through it. But we also know that at the end of the day too, you know, funny's a big part of it, but then also people represent the brand. And then we also know that when you create festivals, you are also creating them. Ticket sales are great, just like any promoter, right? Like ticket sales are great, but this type of event and venture has the ability to bring in a lot of money from networks, sponsors, that sort of thing. And so you also are conscious of that. Is like comedian, you know, he's funny, but he gonna go crazy when he get on stage with MFs and F's and you know what I'm saying? So they gotta kind of look like, oh, this that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna necessarily come back next year. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we gotta look for those people too. We can see the next step in them, and we know enough. Rel's been there, like what they appreciate, because at the end of the day, although we want people to have a good time, laugh, we want to change some lives. Right, Rel went through that process. I was there when he did Just for Laughs here and in Montreal, and you know, somebody come over after, oh, it's a great set. Let's set up a meeting, that sort of thing, and help move them forward.
Bro, that's something that you mentioned, Montreal. So they stopped doing that festival in Montreal, right?
Yeah, so that was also Just for Laughs. It's that started in '83, man. So it had a 40-year run.
Yeah.
They recently went bankrupt, so it's dead.
And it's crazy because I don't know if y'all know, Just for Laughs. I mean, yeah, that's the name of the Montreal.
Just Laughs, yep.
But they used to just call it the Montreal Festival, right, all the time, right? Yep. Like you would go there and get on.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like you go there, you kill. There's gonna be people waiting on you.
That's it.
And sending you check. They assign you just to not do shit else.
Holding deals.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Until they assign you with a check. What? You know what I'm saying? Hey, we got you. We got something coming for you. Then they start sending you projects.
Yep.
Which one you think gonna work best? You know what I'm saying? And that's how a lot of these comedians got. I mean, did Rel do that?
Yeah. Rel got holding. They call them holding deals. So like, yo, we gonna pay you X. Just chill. Like it's, you know, like We got projects coming up. Let's try to fit you into certain things, etc. Because we see the talent. And so again, you get agents, right? Like people I talked to today, they're promoters. They do big shows, concerts, music concerts, etc. But we're working on hopefully putting something together to create a showcase for them as a part of the festival, where I'm trying to get them here early in the week, watch talent, and then put together their favorite 10 people, and then hopefully from that, some of them actually start going on tour to do some shows or open it up for somebody or whatever the case may be. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's
the idea.
That was my next thing. You know, I was trying to see, you know, with like, I'm sure y'all have still slots open for different comedians right now for the festival. And how far off do you see from y'all being in a position to really start, since Montreal is done?
Yeah.
Is that something you think, a space that you'd rather fill and bring it here from the city?
So the festival in general, so it's two sides of that coin, right? Like for the Montreal, I've been there, right, and been there with Rail, but Rail was kind of he's a small, when you talk about what they call urban comedy, which is really black comics, it's a small portion of them. A lot of them get looked over, like you have to really be in that space to get that nod. One of the things that we're proud of with this is not that we're a black only festival, but we obviously lean in, for us, by us. Everybody can come. Funny's funny, but at the end of the day, we won't be looked over. Right? We'll lead with that, and there's benefit to that too, right? So if you're in BC and you're like, hey, we're looking for some diverse talent, it's like, well, the most diverse comedy festival is What's Funny Comedy Festival. So let's send 4 or 5 people out there, because we will definitely find some gems. And so putting this together, the idea is definitely that people get those deals, get those agents, get those managers, because that's what you need to kind of go to the next level. And if you don't create that platform, it's hard to get them, you know?
Are you planning on, so I know Rail's doing his special, are you planning on recording anything to potentially make episodes out of it, put on platforms?
Man, bro, you teeing them up for me, boy. You teeing them up for me. You teeing them up for me.
Let's go.
So, and I missed this on the last joint I did with the Corner Convo podcast.
Don't trip.
Yeah, but you got to hear. You got to hear. So, yeah, man. So a project that I'm personally working on, I talked about these other things that I've done. So next year will be kind of 25 years since I first did something in the entertainment space. And so I have footage. I had a project called One Experience that I founded in like 03, fall of 03. Kanye West interview like 2 months before The College Dropout came out, right? Twister interview with John Legend before his first album came out. Rick Ross 2 years before Hustlin' dropped. Like, I got this footage, but back then, and you know, so a lot of cats, it's cool. Somebody, Mila, shout out to Mila off the Corner Convo podcast. She like, man,
what up, Mila?
She like, knowledge, a visionary, whatever. And you can throw that around, but I know that there's a lot of things I did, and it was just before. Like when I had that content, bro, it was like, what do I do with it now? Like putting it on a website, like it was 56K dial-up. You couldn't even watch good video back then, right? So I had this stuff, but it's like, where do you put it out? How do you monetize? None of what's going on now. Like we got a little bit of a playbook now, how to monetize. So I just got this joint sitting on my hard drive, and you watching these people blow and grow. And so I say all that to say that next year I'm going to be producing my joint, which is called 25 Years In. It's going to be probably a 4 or 5 part docu-series type joint that we do on YouTube. But I got so much content from so many cats.
With you, man. Listen, I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Yeah.
YouTube is great. Shout out YouTube. Do not sleep on Tubi. Do not.
That's funny. Me and Rail was having a conversation about Tubi yesterday.
Listen, we all could have a conversation about it right now. Shout out, we just finished Tyrant 2 with Bo Deal, you know what I'm saying? If y'all haven't seen
Bo Deal, yeah.
Finished?
Yeah.
Damn.
If you haven't seen Tyrant 1, y'all need to go watch it. It's a
Oh, is my
joint.
man Mel Robertson in there?
Yeah, Mel.
Yeah, shout out to Mel. Yo,
I just talked to Mel. I
That's
texted
my
him
good
minutes
brother.
ago.
Cool
Yeah,
dude.
man.
Yeah.
Shout out Mel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Listen, bro. I had opportunity to AD on that joint. You know
A
what I'm
word,
saying? Yeah,
word.
And it was just a good time, you know. And now the series is coming, so y'all seen it. I reposted it. If you interested in a potential role,
Me.
hey, don't say you didn't
Closed
know.
mouths don't get fed. I got it.
Like real shit. You interested in a potential role? Go ahead and hop in the email.
Put me on game real quick though.
Yeah.
I said YouTube. You said don't sleep on Tubi.
Don't sleep on Tubi.
Why is that?
It's a lot of money coming out from Tubi, especially, let's say you said a 4-part docuseries, which sounds like it could easily be chopped up into a 6-part series, right?
Yep.
That's what they're usually selling, is a 6-part series.
Got it.
If you had that type of footage, documentary style, you have opportunity to really do something with it, especially with access to people, to not only yourself, but to discuss what's going on. People are going to want to see that.
Yeah.
Tubi will pay you because it's based on the ad revenue.
Got
You know
it.
what I'm saying? So that's why Tubi has ads. It's free for us to watch it.
Right.
It's because they're going to hit you with ads. The more ads that run off of your particular project,
Word.
the more you get paid. And then if they see you have something that's moving better than, normal, they'll come cutting checks.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, YouTube, they figured out their algorithm, and the only they understand it. You know what I'm saying? At this point.
So question,
Yeah.
can you monetize on both, or it just gotta be?
I mean,
like
with
if
the same,
you drop something on YouTube, can you drop it on Tubi as well?
you can, but I think that defeats the purpose when it comes to getting paid. Because if people know it's on YouTube,
They just gonna go
I mean,
to
on
YouTube.
it just pays different. Both
Right.
of them are free,
Right.
but it just pays different.
Right.
I'm gonna keep it real. Our movie, Mr. Mata, is on YouTube.
It's on YouTube?
It's also on Tubi. I direct people to Tubi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'd
Are you
rather-
still on Prime?
Oh, no, the Prime deal was two years.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then I went to Tubi. So,
Word.
y'all get a chance, check that out, Mr. Mata, you know what I'm saying? Best crime thriller out of the city of Chicago. Argue with your mama, you know what I'm saying? But look, we're going to take a...
And I don't know if you had said it already, but are you looking to build year after year after year, make this an annual What's Funny comedy?
That's good.
My bad. Pouring your shit like I'm pouring mine. My bad.
No, this
Yeah, my bad. But don't ask me to make no drinks here. Let me mix this with this.
What's Funny?
Yeah, bro. Like it's cool. I did a post I think the other day on my IG, and I was just saying like, man, it's dope when the reality becomes even bigger than the vision. Like I said again, I was just really like, I'm coming back into Chicago. I mean, coming back into comedy. Like, there's a space, there's a lane for it. But to see, since Rails come on board, which I knew it would be, right? Like, we worked together back then, but he's just in a whole different place.
Yeah.
But I mean, the first thing, bro, is like the press release. Like when you talked about like turning up the volume, the press release went out on Deadline. So your everyday person may not know Deadline, but Deadline is that joint for Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? The big movie, Steven Spielberg coming up with something, Scorsese, it hits Deadline. And then everybody else, jump off that. Like, that's the Hollywood thing. And so the fact that our festival hit Deadline, one of the joints I appreciated about it is like, yeah, we in Chicago, first year festival, but like Eddie Murphy probably saw that. Martin, like, because that's what they look at, right? Like, that's Hollywood.
Right.
And so the fact that we're doing this first year festival that comes out on something like that, I already felt like we might be on one, right? Like, just the calls that started coming in, that sort of thing. And so and it's still happening, bro. I just had 2 phenomenal calls today. Just got great news from NBC yesterday. Like, it's coming like every single day. 1, because JFL isn't around anymore. 2, because this is kind of leaning into us a little bit, and it's kind of missing. And then just Chicago, end of the day, bro, we not like some off-brand city. Like, it's the 3rd largest city in the country.
And it's a lot of eyes on the city right now.
It's a lot of eyes on the
Just
city.
thinking, like, during that time frame, the sports is going to be heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Right in that
September.
time frame. You could probably play into some of that for one.
Plan to
of the
that.
nights.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Get that crowd after the fact,
It's so much happening, bro. DNC, the conventions here. My man Troy Price, shout out to Troy, got the XL Fest. That's the movie festival. That's coming like next weekend. To your point, it's just a lot going on in Chicago.
I mean, it's the
It's
best city
super
in the
needed.
world. What we expect?
That's
Like,
it.
Come on, man.
That's it.
Argue with your mama.
Last event, I had the mayor there, my last event, so hopefully he falls through, checks out one of the shows at DuSable. So, yeah, man, like, even if I didn't think I was going to do year 2 and 3, like, it's so much energy and so many, like, real calls. Like, I've done events before, and, you get people out, people excited, but, like,
Yeah.
When business starts to tap in and cut checks and that sort of thing, you like, all right, bro. And it's year one, and it's really been put together like in the last 2.5 months. Like, what happens when we get a 12-month run to plan, do this, make calls, get on people's budget, Sprite, this, that, like, it can go crazy, bro. So
It's gonna go crazy.
yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Appreciate that. Appreciate that,
What would
love.
success look like to you?
Year one, it looks like everybody being fed. So we're happy, right? Because the city came out, supported. Comedians are happy because it was a great look for them. Anybody who invested in the way of advertising and sponsorship, they got what they wanted. Like that's what I want to see from year one. Like that's a success. Is like we just get it done, and we get it done in a way where we captured everything. The look was right. The execution was right. But, honestly, bro, like, it's really about year four. Like, I can't even, year 4 or 5, like, that shit really makes the hair stand up on my arms. It's like, if year one was like this and this much excitement, like, year 5 is going to be crazy. Year 2 going to be crazy. But year 5, it's like, like, man, this might be just what I do for the year. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, just make sure that this is super right. Because, you figure
That's
like
crazy.
Netflix is a joke. That's a festival they do out in L.A.
Yeah.
That was like 10 days. But, I mean, that shit was like 40 venues. Like, it was just so wild because Netflix got a big bag.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, we're creating a board of advisors. Like, one young lady that helped Kevin Hart spin up his digital network, Laugh Out Loud.
Okay.
Another young lady who's a VP of talent over at Fox. Like, we're bringing them on the board, and again, because they just want to see us win. They like, yo, we just want to see y'all win. But she's like, well, yo, we should, reach out to TikTok and do a TikTok segment. This ain't nothing I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
You know what
But that's
TikTok will
like-
drop to have
Yeah.
like,
That's what I'm
that's
saying.
when it'd be like, oh, that's $100,000. Just, and we're going to put it on the platform and do this and do that. And it's like,
we need on our team.
it's, so it's, man, the excitement I have, it's kind of like, man, I'm trying to just stay focused because the opportunity is there, bro. So I don't see never stopping.
That's dope. What do you see potential opportunities for like a model aspiring actress to fit in? See what I did there?
See what
That's
you
a
did?
good one. That's a good one,
That's a
yo.
good question.
Well, we always need, so one, when you do a festival like this, and we're actually working through she actually have a What's Funny comedy shirt on here. So one of the things is obviously you never want to have 1,500, 2,000 people coming to your events throughout the course of a week and not have merch, right? And so, but to sell that merch, you can take the boring picture where it's just on the floor and you take the picture, or we can have a model sporting your joint, promoting it, being a spokesperson, that sort of thing, running some ads, that sort of thing. But
That's dope.
so there's always opportunities, man. Like for me, I'm a big talent dude. Like when you said, what do you call me at the end of the day? That's how I got into, like, I've always just seen talent, and I always know I feel like I'm super decent on the business side, and so I always just try to marry it. I always feel like, yo, you do what you do, and I think you actually do what you do well, but you might not know what to do with that, right? That's me and Rail's story. Like Rail, just funny dude. End of the day, I'm like, I think I got some ideas about how we can actually put the charge on that a little bit, and the rest is history. And so, that's what I was co-signed. That was the whole concept and idea, and we'll get back to that. And so, AJ, you may see her coming soon in a What's Funny Comedy Festival shirt or What's Funny Comedy Festival tee or whatever.
Let me know. I'm down.
So that's it.
And facts somehow we gonna figure our way in this thing, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
We
That's a lot of days.
Just plug in somewhere.
I know,
Somewhere. That's
what I'm
it.
saying. We can fit in somewhere.
Yeah.
So like, you there for a
we
lot of days.
We
So.
definitely gonna. I feel like we definitely
7
gonna have the
days, right?
opportunity.
7 days,
So that's what is that running from
Monday through Sunday.
Monday
What's
through
the
Sunday.
first day?
Monday. So the Monday we kick it off with 16th.
16.
We kick it off at the Sophie Hotel in Hyde Park. It's kind of a mixed mingle. We're doing that out on the
Sophie or
patio.
SoFi?
Sophie, Sophy. It's on
I
53rd.
haven't been there yet.
Oh yeah, super dope, super nice joint. Right in the lobby area. It's called the Messler, but we're doing it out on the patio as well. Super sexy joint. The host hotel is the Hyatt Place in Hyde Park. It's like a block down from there. And so, yeah, man, it's it's gonna be a time, bro, and the whole idea is collaborate with as many good people as we possibly can. Tap in. We all got different audiences. We got
Yeah.
people, etc. There's gonna be a lot of comics, right? They love this camera here. That's what they do.
Yeah.
And so, we set you all up. We
And
definitely
that's-
can get the
so
best
that's Monday
talent
through Sunday, so
Monday through Sunday.
dope. So we got comics on the road, but they'll be in town, so they
Yeah.
can possibly get them
Yeah.
set
Yeah.
on the show or something.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Talking to my homies, man. I got, I sent you people a list of people out, but some of them already on there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, well, there we go.
Yeah.
You Facts of Law family, I'm always push you forward, and y'all are
Trying to make it
officially
happen.
Facts of Law family. You ain't gonna
Love
listen
that.
And I hope you do that the hip hop stuff again, man.
Man,
I love
that's-
hip hop.
It's near and dear, bro.
Yeah,
It's
man.
near and dear, and it's so funny. Like, so I had a concept of this classic hip hop lives mixtape, right? So the regular joint, we'll book a EPMD. They come in, we get the band. I send like, yo, I want you to do these 12 joints, like, which is kind of crazy because I ain't know no better. I'm like, these 12 joints I want you to do, right? Sometimes artists that are still making music, they come in, they blend in the new stuff. I'm like, nah, these joints supposed to be big sing-alongs. Raekwon, when you come, I need you to do them joints. I need you ice cream, you know what I'm saying? I need you woo stuff.
EPing it, huh?
I'm EPing it.
Yeah.
And so I did those, and it's funny. So before we went to COVID, I'm like, man, it'd be dope to do a mixtape though, where let's say I got 10 artists, and I called it. So I had a little joint where I said 10 artists, one night, one stage, 50 songs. And so when you do that, no artist really has to do more than 4 songs. So
Yeah.
there's no fillers. It's just basically like they just rocking singles
Yeah.
all night long. And I had Kid Capri talking over it, and they would just, Big Daddy Kane do one joint, so and so do 2 joints, another dude won't, and it was just like that the whole night. I was like, but then verses came, so I'm like, because somebody was telling me like, well, I don't know if because artists sometimes they don't, I want to do my set.
Yeah,
They don't want to do that sort of thing.
They want to be the show.
Exactly.
Who going first?
Exactly.
I ain't
Exactly.
going after him. I ain't going
Exactly. So I was like, I'm gonna have to work through that, but verses kind of helped because you saw that was a different format for a performance, and so I was like, we're gonna
Great
circle
idea.
back to that because I'm like, end of the day, you pull that off with Kid Capri over the mic and doing what Kid Capri does. I'm like, it's a 2.5. We gonna kill the bar because ain't nobody going to the bar. But end of the day, I'm like, man, that's gonna probably be one of the highest energy shows that you can attend. And so goal is to bring that back in bring it forward in 2025. So we coming. We'll be back. I'm not gonna let that go because it's a vibe. People who came out used to be like, bro,
with it. I'm
this
with
is
it.
crazy.
I'm with it.
Definitely with that.
Yeah.
Got anything else?
I don't know, man. Y'all got any questions for us before we start, you know what I'm saying, getting it out? Anything y'all want to bring up? Anything you want? I know.
What
What's up, AJ? What's up?
what started this podcast?
I was gonna ask something similar. Yeah.
Well, first, it's a pod show.
Pod show.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I seen him say that to
Nah.
somebody else. Another pod show.
I just cut it to pod. I like pod. You know what
Pod
I'm saying?
show.
Yeah.
We the hottest pod in
You know what I'm
Hottest
Chicago.
pod,
saying?
no
Yeah,
doubt.
but it's a podcast, but it's a pod show too. We want you to. The reason why I say pod show is because in my mind we don't necessarily do just the audio. You know what I'm saying? All our platforms that we really focus on are visual.
Yeah.
TikTok, Instagram,
Yeah.
YouTube. You know what I'm saying? We want you to see it because visually we like the way it looks.
Yeah.
Right.
We be getting fly and shit. So
Yeah,
so
facts.
go ahead and check us out. You feel me? See what
But
your
the
boys
way,
be out here doing type shit.
how we started, I started, so I was in the game first. I had the I Am Superfacts podcast.
Okay.
It wasn't a pod show, it was a podcast.
Mhm.
Okay.
Because I started off with audio,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, man, I want to do fucking video. I thought video was the shit. I was
Right.
like, man, I don't want to do no audio. So I started doing the video, was at a studio, and then I knew he was involved in like movies and a director, film creator and stuff like that. So I'm like, yo, come check it out. He checked it out. He helped me out. And then COVID hit, and I stopped doing it. And once it got cool again to go out and able to get back in the studio. No, actually, we did
So
Chicago.
Hey, he's terrible at telling stories. Look,
I just don't get all animated.
Right.
it started. No,
No, go ahead.
No, but it started like, so he was doing audio.
Yep.
Right? You know what I'm saying? The time that he was doing audio, you know what I'm saying? We had really kind of just met. You know what I'm saying? He came to my movie premiere. You know what I'm saying? Me and Tay movie premiere for Mr. Mata. Y'all can watch it on Tubi. Mr. Mata, y'all go check that joint out. It's the hottest crime thriller, you know what I'm saying, period, in the city. But, right, so he came to that, and like he said, I was grilling him before that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't realize I was grilling him. I was just wanting to know. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
you trying to get to
My
know the
best
brother.
friend was like, oh, it's the one. I'm like, you sure? She said, yeah. Let me see what's up.
Right.
We've been locked in since. You know what I'm saying? So he came and actually interviewed me prior to the movie coming out. You know what I'm saying? Was it prior or after?
Yeah, it was
I think it might have been right after.
right
You know what I'm
after
saying?
that.
Before
Right
it
after
went
that.
live on
Yeah,
Amazon.
right after that.
Gotcha.
So, you know, we did the audio, and he's like, man, Joe, I'm going to start doing video out here. Shit, come through. All right, I came through a couple times. You know what I'm saying?
More than a couple.
Sat on the
times.
show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the videographer was driving me nuts. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like shit wasn't doing. He
Yeah,
wasn't
shit
doing what he
wasn't
was
right.
supposed to. You know, I jumped
Tay
back
is
in the
godsend.
I jumped back in the manager mode. I say, I a couple calls. You know, like, hey, get this shit
Man,
right.
do what it do.
You know what I'm saying? We started getting it right. Now we rolling, and
Shit.
COVID hit, like you said. You know what I'm saying? So we took a back seat. Not only COVID hit, he was finna get married. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Went to school, and after that, he's like, man, Joe, I think we should start something up. So I'm like, all right. I go to call him.
No.
I go to call him.
Nah, that came after then Chicago.
I go to call him. Listen,
God
listen,
damn.
right? So he like, man, I want to do something, Joe. I'm ready. I'm like, bet. I go to call him. He ain't called me back in like a week. I'm like, damn, Joe, we
Right.
beefing or something? I already done booked the date, this, that, and the other.
Right.
Then he called me the day before with a new number. Like, hey, man, this is my new number. I'm like, all right, well, look, we need to be at the studio. I had already had the idea of a show. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Culture Conversations. And that's how we got to that. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
Culture Conversations
Okay, yeah,
is
I
very,
forgot.
very much similar to this. We were in this studio, you know what I'm saying? But it was going to be more like a debate show. Us and some, you know,
Yeah.
kind of like the first take type setup. You
Yep,
know what I'm saying?
yep.
But it was just hard for us to really, like, the timing for everybody to be available on the days. It just didn't work out that way. So we kind of took a little bit of a hiatus and came back to it. And he called me one day like, hey, bro, I'm ready, Joe, and I want you to do the show with me. I think you had just finished school, media school. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, man, Joe, I was usually behind the camera.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't really as much in front as I am now. You know what I mean? And he was like, man, I think we should do Facts and Law. And I was like, I don't know, man.
Thought about that name. That's what he
You
did.
know what I'm saying?
Dope name, bro.
Hung up.
Dope name.
We hung up the phone.
called me
I
back.
called him back like probably an hour. Like,
Yeah.
you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? The name was just, it fit. It was raw. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know, Facts and Law and shit. That was two and a half years ago. You know what I'm saying? And we've been rocking since.
Congrats.
And have become the #1 pod in the city. So
Congrats, bro.
shit,
Congrats.
Argue with your mama. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. But yeah,
So
man.
that's how.
That's- That's how it came about.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you see a lot of people that say, "Oh, I was telling Amon this the other day." You see all these people, "Oh, I want to do a podcast and I'm gonna do one," and they come and go and come
Yeah.
and go. And
Yeah.
it ain't easy. People
It
don't
ain't
understand
easy.
the grind, the consistency that it takes, the drive that it takes. You know
I
what
don't
I'm
like
saying?
it.
You know what I'm saying?
I swear
Yeah.
to God,
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
But hey, it is what it is. But I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
Because I wish I can have somebody just do every fucking thing. Hey man, I need this done.
Yeah, you know,
That
things don't want to
shit'll be-
work. It gotta work. You know what I'm
That
saying?
shit-
Anything
yeah.
worth having is going to
That's
require
it.
some work.
That's
It's
it.
going to require a team, and that's why we here. That's
I'm
why
surprised.
we
I'm
excel.
like, damn. It's been us three for 2 and some change, and I'm trying to figure out why we ain't brought nobody else in.
I mean, honestly, I feel like because it's gotten to the point where we can do this. We know how to do it.
I'm not
ourselves.
saying we. I'm not saying we should. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to sit here
Because
and say,
we've
like,
learned how to simplify it, and not simplify. We've learned how to do our jobs collectively, but we don't really need it. It's nothing like the only thing that can stop us is us. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't we don't need it. We can use it, but we don't need it. You know what I'm saying? We still gonna be going viral. We still gonna be goddamn it having some of the best guests. You know what I'm saying? We still gonna be out here doing our thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I don't know who else was talked about on the Breakfast Club. That's what I was. You feel me? Like
Joe Budden podcast.
and Joe Budden podcast.
Tasha K.
Yeah, and TSR. That's the Shade Room. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. And that just comes from persistence, hard work, and dedication. You did?
Yeah.
We've been grinding.
We all got the train going too. It ain't always easy to put motherfuckers on the train.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like y'all see a
that's-
certain vision, like
I'll feel kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? With somebody else
yeah.
joining. I ain't gonna lie. You know how I am. Bro.
Mhm.
Like I'll be kind of like kind of iffy on other
And I'm
people.
keep it real. You
no
know,
new
tonight
friends.
it's supposed to be
type
somebody
shit.
claim they want to work, they want to get out. I'm gonna be there at 6:30, this and this, and didn't show up.
Didn't happen, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so my thing is, you know, it's like they talk about it. They talk a good game. Look.
Yeah, I meant to ask you about that, but
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know.
I see they ain't here.
Exactly. You hit me. I ain't call you. Man, bro, I'm ready to work. I want to do this. I'm going to
Yeah.
be there at 6:30. I'm going to do this and this. All right, cool.
Right.
I ain't going to call you.
Right.
You told me what you was
do,
going to
yeah.
do.
Right.
I sent you the info.
Yeah.
What's
Right.
to it? So, you know, it is what it is, man. That's why we still grinding. We still doing our thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we're going to keep doing it.
Period.
Period. Hey, y'all do me a favor, though. Let's start with Miss AJ.
Yes.
Tell the people where to find you, what you got coming next, when you going live again.
And we want,
Tonight.
we want you to come back when we.
I
So
I definitely
when
will come
you,
back.
we want you to come back when we have one of them episodes where
We
we're gonna
resting
be,
up,
we
you
just
know.
gonna be talking shit.
Just let me know. I'm
All
here.
right.
I'm here.
I did want to ask you though before you say that. You know what I'm saying? I know they can find you on your Instagram. They can
Yeah.
find you on
TikTok,
TikTok,
Facebook,
Facebook,
Snapchat.
All the same
Snapchat.
handle.
You can also find her on Chicago Speed Dating too. You know
That
what I'm
part.
saying? With my homies,
Wait.
yeah.
What's
she's
that
on
about?
joint.
What's that about?
Yeah. What's that about?
So actually, I think GT came on.
Yeah,
your show.
the homie
Oh,
GT.
shit.
What up, Joe?
That motherfucker.
Yeah,
Oh.
I ran into him one day at a brunch, and he
Uh-huh.
had came up to me, asked me to do an interview, so I did it there. And then we supposed to do another interview. He sent me off a couple of times.
Wait.
Yeah.
GT sent you off?
Yeah, he sent me off a couple of times last
okay.
year. We supposed to do another interview, but we ended up doing it this year around April.
Okay.
And as I was wrapping up that interview, we did like a truth or drink interview or whatever. So as I wrap it up, he threw out like, "Oh, we got another show called Chicago Speed Date. You
Yeah.
know, if you're not in a relationship, you know, do you want to get on there?" So at first I was like, I don't know, cause I'm so reserved and like I
I
don't
don't
know.
know now. I saw
What
it.
y'all got
I saw
going
that episode. I saw that episode.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like, okay. At first I was like, I think about it. Then I text him like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Let's do it.
Mhm.
So I ended up going that day, and it was the drinks. It was the
It was
drinks.
the- oh, it was the
drinks.
Blame it
Drinks
on
did it.
that.
Right,
It was
right.
the drinks.
Alcohol.
But I
Your
had
ass was
fun.
funny. I seen
you
some
seen
of-
it too?
I-
Oh my
I
God.
seen them. Yeah.
And it's crazy because we just did I did a second episode, but they haven't put it out yet. They lost the
Yeah.
footage.
Damn.
It happened.
So they trying to recover the footage.
It
So
happens.
when I talked to them, they trying to recover it or whatever. But it was fun. I had fun.
Yeah.
It was bad.
You ain't find love? Or did you?
Maybe.
Oh,
After
shit.
the episode comes
Yeah,
out,
we
you'll
gotta
see.
wait and
You did. That's
You gotta
what's
wait
up.
and see.
That's what's up.
But
Shout out
yeah.
my dog GT.
Yeah,
man.
GT.
GT. He's the one actually, because when you hit me up, I went straight to him. Who is this?
What'd he
word?
say? What'd he
Like,
say?
go to my people.
I'm
Yeah.
like, who is this?
Yeah.
And, you know, ever since I did it, a lot of people been trying to connect and work with me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I go to him like, who is this? A lot of people
Yeah.
be creeps. I don't
Yeah,
know. So
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
make sure the background
Believe.
good.
What he say? Tell us
Oh,
what he
they're my
said.
people. You
Yeah.
cool. They gonna make sure you good. You gonna be comfortable. I said, okay. I want to know before I get back.
He
you
wasn't
know,
lying to
back
you,
up.
was he?
He wasn't lying.
Let's go.
I
Y'all know
had a
what we
bad
do.
here.
Shout out
Yeah,
GT.
he
You
did that.
did.
But yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at @thelife_of AJ. TikTok the same, @thelife_of AJ.
How you spell AJ?
AJAY.
All right. This way.
Yeah. Facebook is AJ Wright, and Snapchat the same thing, @thelife_of AJ.
The right
I'll be-
way. For sure. For
I'll
sure.
be going on live TikTok because they want to know how this podcast thing went.
The right way.
Mhm.
Pod show.
Yeah, Pod Show. I'm
Hey,
Pod
she
Show.
gonna
sorry.
get it right one of
I'm
these.
one- it's the wine.
Pass the wine.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, you heard us say what the last time the alcohol did. All right. And knowledge. Tell them where to find you.
Yeah.
What's next and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so you can find me at Knowledge Beckham, just like knowledge is spelled, no tricks to it. So Knowledge Beckham on Facebook, Instagram. But make sure you tap into the What's Funny Comedy Festival. Like, that's it. That's everything right now. September 16th through the 22nd here in Chicago. Go to the website, grab your tickets. Early bird tickets, I don't know when it's going to drop, but early bird tickets, I hear that they might extend them. So when this drops, go to the website, get the early bird tickets, save a couple bucks. But I'm telling you, regardless of what's going on in life, we all love to laugh. They say laughter is medicine.
Definitely.
Get out. It's going to make you feel better. We got some of the funniest people coming from all over the country. Some you know, some you don't know, but they're all certified funny. So make sure you tap in. Make sure you stay in tune with me, Knowledge Beckham. More events coming, more things coming, and bringing good things to Chicago and creating opportunities for
Just
others.
like that.
Straight like that.
On you,
Oh, it's on me?
on you, player.
Oh, well, y'all know what it is. It's your boy, Chicago Outlaw, the West Side Legend, ChicagoUtlaw. The same O in Chicago is the same O in Outlaw. It's only one. And if you want to follow us, it's the Facts and Law Pod Show. It's a pod show, not a podcast. You need to see this fly. You
She gonna
dig?
say it on TikTok.
You
right?
dig?
She gonna say, I was on
I'll
Facts
make
Law
sure-
Podcast. Yo, if y'all want to follow me, man, y'all can follow me on Instagram, The Kid Facts. And if you can also follow us on Facebook, The Facts and Law Pod Show, TikTok.
Most importantly, TikTok right
Yeah.
now, y'all. Go
TikTok
get that.
got it.
We need y'all to get that over
We
1,000
need like
so
we
we
need
can go
like
live
100
and
more.
shit. Yeah.
Got like
What
100.
y'all following on TikTok?
It's
It's only about
900.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
building
What's yours?
it. We
Okay.
Yeah.
See, we
see,
shout
That's
us out so we
saying?
can get some
I got
followers
y'all.
on there.
She finna put
Our,
us on.
Put
our,
y'all
our
on.
whole following is like
I
Instagram.
just
Instagram,
went viral.
where
Yeah, I just
we-
went viral on TikTok, so it's been going.
Yeah, it's going good, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you go live, be like, hey, follow them. Man.
Follow the
Yeah.
fam. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and we're gonna do the same thing on Instagram because
man.
our demographic Instagram heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
starting to gain on YouTube too.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
YouTube is-
Yeah.
I'm liking it. Yeah, I'm liking it.
Yeah, but keep going.
Yeah,
My
y'all
bad.
know,
You weren't even
y'all know
done.
what time it is. Yo, if y'all love what y'all just saw, like what y'all just saw, hit that like, hit the subscribe,
Mhm.
share this joint.
Yeah.
Please drop a comment. We
Yeah.
love the interaction.
We love it, and you're gonna love it too.
Yeah, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. Please just leave a comment. You know my man's gonna get back at y'all. Y'all
If it's
know
crazy,
how
I
it
will.
is.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
talk y'all
Yeah.
shit. I love seeing the arguments, man. I love sitting at
I
the
don't
top
argue. I just
and
set
watching
it
people
straight.
go back and forth. I love that shit, man.
Yeah,
make
they-
me smile, man.
Yeah,
make,
you know what I'm saying?
make me laugh. You know what I'm saying? And no, I just want to thank y'all for coming through.
Absolutely.
We definitely going to support the festival.
Appreciate it.
Man,
Man, we trying to work.
yeah,
we
trying to
out
come
here.
through.
You know what
7
I'm
days,
saying?
man. I know we got one.
Yeah. We're gonna put it together.
Yeah,
We're gonna
you
put it
know,
7
together.
days, man.
We
That's
gonna get
I like
our
that,
model
man. That's
friend
what's up.
over here on her job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
put her in
Y'all
a,
let
Yeah,
put her in
we
a
got
big
her.
t-shirt,
I'm
you know.
Light work. Light work.
Get it.
Nothing else but a big t-shirt. Have her walk around.
Oh shit. Feel me?
Yo, and like just like last week, it ain't no different, man. We building this thing brick by brick.
That organic
It's
shit.
the only way.
Yeah.
And it's always, man. Life is good.
I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, we're gonna catch y'all on the next one.
Peace. Bitch ass nigga.
Man, oh.